need to remind...
You're here. Good. To review the current situation, one of our patrols located a cache of dangerous weapons in a raider's storeroom. Stolen Brotherhood weapons, no less. Your assignment is to secure the storeroom for the Brotherhood, and the weapons along with it. I'll put together a squad and meet you there. But given the situation, it's imperative you arrive there as soon as possible. Any questions, Initiate? I should put negligence on your record for asking that question. Lucky for you, I don't have the time. If you can recall your last assignment, it had to do with putting down a rabid den of Blood Eagles in possession of military-grade rocket launchers. The same kind of rocket launchers were discovered in the possession of some raiders from Crater. Needless to say, that's a problem, and we are going to fix it.
I can't believe these people are still hurling nukes at each other.
One last thing. We need to confirm the weapon's source. I find it unlikely the raiders will be willing to talk until after we send them a very clear message. If any of them are still alive after that, we can question them. But priority one is securing the weapons they already have. That will be all. Dismissed.
Again? I swear Night Shin has it out for me.
I will not allow Atlas to go the way of Fort Defiance. We're here to stay.
Cut ourselves free from America to rebuild America. Take the old and forge it anew.
Well, well. Looks like we have a visitor. Did the Brotherhood send you? Didn't know they were working with run-of-the-mill average wastelanders. Thought they wanted you strapped into one of those tin cans round the clock. It's wrong of me to judge by appearances, though. Why don't you introduce yourself? That's so. You got a deed to go with that claim? 'Cause, we're not gonna sign it.
This vault and all material goods within are hereby under possession of the Brotherhood of Steel. This requisition will aid us in the preservation of technology and the protection of mankind. Your compliance will ensure your safety.
You know, I'm interested in hearing more about this protection of mankind business. I suppose killing a few no-good raiders is an easy price to pay for the benefit this measly little vault will provide for us as a species. Is that it?
I repeat, your compliance will ensure your safety. Not that I'd expect a simple-minded brute to understand.
Resorting to name-calling already. I have to say, I'm disappointed. Thought I'd be able to speak to someone civilized from a big-shot organization like yours. What about you, Forward Scout? Think we can work this one out? Or are your underpants in as tight of a bunch as Mr. Compliance over there? And who's to say we don't have that whole platform you're standing on rigged to blow?
I'll call your bluff. You didn't expect us to come.
Alright, I'll admit, this is a serious oversight on my part. Should have known those initiates who stopped by would have gone crying to their superiors. Humor me on one thing. This place doesn't offer us any strategic leverage over the Brotherhood. If anything, you're gonna waste more resources protecting a place so far away from your home base. So then, it must be the weapons that are important to you. What's so special about these rocket launchers that a top-ranking member would come to collect them himself?
I don't know how you became aware of our internal hierarchy, but it's irrelevant to the situation. You will leave the weapons in the vault and disperse. Now.
How about you? Do you seriously take orders from this constipated suit of metal? Terrorize? We're out here trying to survive, just like anyone else. Meanwhile, the Brotherhood is marching around in power armor, threatening people who don't meet its demands. You tell me who's the real terror. We're heading back to Crater. This stash isn't worth it.
Not so fast. Tell us where you got those weapons from.
Ooh, sorry. I don't discuss Raider affairs on Brotherhood territory. If you really want to know, you can come talk to me in Crater. Don't worry. If it's only one of you, we don't usually kill on sight. Now let us through.
We completed the first part of our mission. You compose yourself in a manner befitting of the Brotherhood. We don't compromise, especially not with raiders. It's clear you understand that. Moving forward, we still need to track down the weapon source. That man appeared to know something. I don't care how you get it out of him, but make sure you get it. This is your top priority. The longer we let these weapons spread, the more difficult it will be to track down all of them.
Greetings, Initiate.
Get out of my face. Loyalty. Does anybody in this goddamn place understand the concept?
Can't believe they had the nerve to just barge in like that. That knight acts like some kind of righteous savior.
I told you. And they're only gonna get more confident.
I won't let them. Do we have their patrol routes yet? A couple ambushes ought to take them down a notch.
We'll have to discuss this later. We've got a visitor.
So, you really came? Huh. To be honest, I didn't expect the Brotherhood to show its face around here with anything less than a fully armored battalion. Life is just full of surprises, isn't it? So, what can I do for you, oh honorable emissary of steel? About that. You and your metal buddies put me in a pretty tight spot back there. There are people here in Crater depending on me. I wasn't sure if I was gonna make it back to them. So I prioritized a little bit. Getting home to those people was more important than being completely sincere to a group of heavily armed tyrants. So if you're looking for help with your little weapon problem, you can look somewhere else.
Don't you think you're being stubborn, Pierce? We have a good little Brotherhood peon here at our disposal. We can make use of that.
We've been over this. There's no compromising with people like the Brotherhood. Give them an inch and they'll take a mile.
We don't know that yet for sure. Besides, everyone has their own motivations. Our visitor might have one worth talking about.
I won't rely on a betrayal to take them down. You should know that. I have nothing left to discuss. I've given you my answer, Initiate. Now for your sake, I'd suggest you don't stick around.
Hey, you. Don't leave yet. I've got something to say. Don't mind Pierce, he's stubborn. Holds too tightly to his morals. I'll tell you about the weapons, but you're gonna need to give me something in return. Interested? I want intel on the Brotherhood. Records, roster, correspondence. You've got people specialized in keeping track of that sort of thing, right? Transfer their data onto this holotape and bring it back to me. Then I'll tell you what you want to know. Toodles.
Staying safe out there. Anything you need to know? Raiders, huh? If they're anything like the raiders we've encountered on the expedition route, then
The fight
my
is
guess is
just
the situation isn't
Stay
pretty.
disciplined.
All right. How can I help?
Learning, protection. I have everything I need here.
I think I understand. The funny thing about data is you don't know what's real or not. Not unless you gathered it yourself. To be honest, I was working on encrypting my terminal for this kind of situation. So, if anyone accessed it who wasn't supposed to, they would just get false info and none would be the wiser. I didn't finish, but you can still use the fake data I created. Should be clearly labeled in the files. Just, don't select the wrong one. This is the raiders we're talking about. It'd be bad news if they got an advantage on us. Worse, if the Knight found out it was because of me. Not a problem. I'm here to help.
The Scorched, the Raiders, the Ghouls, if anything tries to attack, we'll be ready.
New recruits, night shins training, weapons, and a base like this? We're gonna be invincible.
I'm glad we guard our tech closely.
I made it, Scribe Takano. I wish you were here too.
We'll make Atlas stronger than Fort Defiance ever was.
Old world science solved a lot of problems back in the day. But look what else it brought. I'm glad we guard our tech closely.
With all these
The
new
wasteland is
missions,
hell.
I
Stay vigilant,
need
Initiate.
another scribe just to keep the
Elders
scrolls
have
up
so
to date.
much to teach us. I hope I get to meet them in person someday. Keep fighting out there. The settlers want to
What?
rebuild.
Any
but
new
they're
deeds
only
to add
looking
to your
the
scroll?
future. We need to understand the past as well, or we'll make the same mistakes going forward.
And I'll show those raiders who's boss. The old world has so much to teach us. Why didn't I see it before?
Don't? You've got the holotape? Good. Thanks. The weapons don't have one source. Some of them we looted off a group of unfortunate settlers. We've also traded them among ourselves. Some old friends visited Crater a while back wielding that firepower, claiming they earned it in a fight. They were bragging about it till the day they left. Said they sent some big armored folks running. I can't confirm that the losers were Brotherhood, but That was your logo on the side of those weapons, wasn't it? Doesn't matter to me. Nah, I told you what I know. With any luck, we won't talk again. Yep. They may or may not have more, but they've definitely come in contact with them. Don't change your mind. This was a one-time offer, and it's one that neither of us will speak of again. Hey.
Ad Victorium.
Stay strong, friend. No telling what the next challenge will hold.
Throwing nukes left and right. The people of Appalachia think a bomb is a plaything? I see you returned from Crater. Standing by for your report. That's not what I was hoping to hear. All right. Tell me about the sources. I see. And are those raiders still at Crater?
It's impressive how much they've managed to rebuild here, in spite of the scorched
It can't be
earth.
helped then. We need to focus on Appalachia for the moment. I'd like to pursue them as much as you would, Initiate. But those were not our orders from Elder Maxson. We have duties in Appalachia. Ones that we've delayed for long enough as it is.
Not as young as you used to be, Layla.
And the other one.
Spend all day hunched over the war table.
Foundation 2. This is bad. Worse than I thought. At this rate, all of Appalachia will be toting these rocket launchers. All because of... Forgive me, Initiate. I lost my composure. We need to follow up with Foundation as soon as possible.
We're gonna have to bring the Crater Raiders under control eventually.
So that's everything. That was a thorough report.
Unnecessary.
The Brotherhood appreciates your diligence looking into this matter. Our next step is to deal with Foundation. Paladin Romani already had plans to establish contact, so she'll want to hear about this. No need to expound everything. I'll follow up later with a more detailed report.
Another complaint.
Ad Victorium.